Alright, this is Andrew with Toyota Home Inspection. Today is May 3rd, 2023. We're doing a sewer scope here in Salt Lake. We're at 2917 South Cascade Way. We've got the camera pushed out 109 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose on. This is where it goes from the lateral line into the main city line. We're about 109 feet out. A little bit of an offset here. If you look at the left pipe, you can see a little bit of a lip. This lip's on the top, which is preferable. But as you'll see as we pull back, you have other offsets where the lip is on the bottom, and that makes it easier for waste to collect on that lip and create a blockage, which could lead to a backup. This looks like clay pipe from what I can tell so far. I'm not seeing any standing water, which is good. That indicates that you have proper grade. You never want to see standing water because that indicates improper grade. Another offset here, you can see where the pipes have slipped. That lip is where waste could potentially get caught, and that could lead to a blockage, which could lead to a backup. The only way to fix an offset is to dig it up and repair it. Here's some roots. These are enough roots that I'd recommend having them hydrojetted out. Not just because of this joint, but because you have several joints with roots coming in. Once you have roots, you're always going to get roots. It's just going to be a maintenance item in the future that you want to stay on top of. Some houses get it done every year or two. It kind of depends on how fast they grow into your line. Some houses can go several years, and some houses need to get it every 6 months or so. This looks like a sewer access point, and so somewhere out in the yard you have another access point. I didn't see one walking around. A lot of times they're cut off and buried, but that's what that is. I would recommend the insurance on this line. It does look like it's original from the original build, and the insurance would help offset the cost when it's time to replace it. More roots. Now we just transition to cast iron. As you can tell on the screen, cast iron gets very rough and rusty. It'll eventually need to be replaced. You could have it coated, which is where they clean it with a chain cutter. And that cuts off all the rust and makes it nice and smooth again. It does thin it out a little bit. Eventually it'll need to be replaced. Another good reason to get the insurance. Home serves a really popular insurance carrier here for sewer and water lines. To avoid putting wet wipes down the line, even if it says they're flushable, no feminine hygiene products, nothing down the line that you don't need to put down the line. It looks like pretty average cast iron for 60s construction. I've seen some houses that have already replaced it at this point, but I see a lot of houses, even from the 1920s, that still have their original cast iron. Now we just transition to ABS, which is a plastic pipe, so this is all new. I accessed the line through a clean out behind the basement tub. Not a great spot for it because it makes it real hard to access. If you were to have the line hydrojetted, it'd probably be a tough spot to get it through. Maybe not impossible, but it'd make it difficult. So just a recap, you have a mix of cast iron and clay pipe. I got the camera all the way out to the city line, which is 109 feet out. Handful of offsets. Those are areas where you're more likely to get waste caught in the line. And then you also have a lot of cast iron, which gets real rough and rusty. I'd recommend getting the line cleaned, hydrojetted to get all those roots out, or even coated to clean the cast iron, and then having the insurance on the line for the future. I'm going to end this recording now.